So these are taken out of order again. Matthew chapter 13, verse 24 to 30, and then we skip to 36 to 42. Weeds among wheat. Jesus presented another parable to them, saying, "The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field, but while his men were sleeping, his enemy came and sowed the weeds among the wheat and left. And when the wheat sprouted and produced grain, then the weeds also came evident. And the slaves of the landowner came and said to him, 'Sir, did you not sow good seed in your field? How then does it have weeds?' And he said to them, 'An enemy has done this.' The slave said to him, 'Do you want us then to go and gather them up?' But he said, 'No, while you are gathering up the weeds, you may uproot the wheat with them. Allow both to grow together until the harvest. And at that time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, First gather up the weeds and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn.'" The weeds explained. Then he left the crowds and went into the house. And his disciples came to him and said, "Explain to us the parable of the weeds of the field." And he said, "The one who sows the good seed is the Son of Man, and the field is the world. And as for the good seed, they are the sons of the kingdom. And the weeds are the sons of the evil one. And the enemy who sowed them is the devil. And the harvest is the end of the age. And the reapers are angels. So just as the weeds are gathered up and burned with fire, so shall it be at the end of the age. The Son of Man will send forth his angels, and they will gather out of his kingdom all stumbling blocks and those who commit lawlessness, and they will throw them into the furnace of fire. In that place where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then the righteous will shine forth like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. The one who has ears, let him hear." Now please take a moment to make a summary for what you've just read. Your summary can be something like, Jesus presented another parable about the weeds among the wheat and explained it to his disciples. And here's your comprehension question. Allow blank. And at the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, First gather up the weeds and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. What goes in the blank? Is it A, allow both to grow together until the harvest, the weeds and the wheat? Or B, allow none to grow together? If your answer is A, both to grow together until the harvest, then nice. Good job. Nice. The answer is A, allow both to grow together until the harvest. And at the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, First gather up the weeds and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. First gather up the weeds and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Verse 30. Now ponder this. God wanted to allow both the weeds and the seed, the wheat, to grow together so that he does not uproot any wheat in the process of removing the weeds. What does this tell you about God? When you compare this to what the Bible wrote about God not wanting anyone to perish, but everyone to come to repentance, what are your thoughts?